Hello everyone and welcome back again. It is me, your friendly e-witch, the Wicked Witch of the Web, and I am back with something new. So some of you guys know, at least if you follow me on the Twitter sphere, the X sphere, whatever you want to call it, I have been practicing witchcraft and astrology for about 13 years. I'm also technically a 13th generation witch, as I have two ancestors who were tried for witchcraft in the 1600s on both sides of my family. So I'm a 13th generation witch. I've been practicing for 13 years. Part of my practice includes astrology and numerology and stuff like that. So it really felt fitting that around this time, October, the week leading into October, 13, it just felt like the right time to start offering my services or my expertise, I guess, in the world of astrology and tarot and numerology. I have started a new initiative, I guess, or just a new offering on my Etsy called Astrology from the Crypt, where I will analyze your birth chart and using some horror influence. So based on the degrees, the signs within your birth chart, I will tell you kind of what horror tropes you're most suited for, which horror characters or killers you are most like, what subgenres you are most like, where you would excel, like what kind of character are you good at solving the clues, would you unfortunately be the first person to die, are you the final girl, stuff like that. So something kind of different, a little interesting twist on astrology and reading your birth charts. But something else I wanted to do was forecasting. So the astrological forecast for the week, I think through October, I will give a horror themed astrological forecast for each week of October, as well as a horoscope. Not horoscope, horoscope. So it will be, I've written it out kind of like a horror script, almost, to keep kind of my theme, because I'm a huge, if you know me, or even if you're just meeting me, I'm a huge fan of Halloween horror. It's basically my entire life. So I would like that to bleed into my craft as well. So yeah, so this is my first video reading your horror astrological climate for the week. So between today and Sunday, and then hopefully I'll be able to check in again next Monday. And I will also be reading each sign's horoscope. Check what is your sun, moon, and rising, and whatever signs those are, I would listen to the message for both your sun, moon, and rising. A whole lot of emphasis on the rising though, because your rising is what you are growing into, okay? Your sun is what you portray to the world, almost like your mask, like a horror character, your horror mask. Your moon is who you truly are on the inside, who you truly are as a person, and your rising, like I said, is who you are growing into. All are important, but your rising, I like to put an emphasis on, at least for me, but I think it's important because that's where you are headed. With that being said, I'm going to get into our forecast for the week, our astrological forecast for the week. I will be reading from a little script I wrote because I wrote it to be kind of horror movie themed. Maybe as time, like this is my first time doing it, so maybe as time goes on, it'll be a bit more natural. I won't need to rely so much on a script, but stick with me, and I think this will be fun for all of us. So this week unfolds like the opening reel of a horror film, the kind where you already know something is lurking, but the camera lingers long enough to let the dread sink in. The sun in Libra flickers like a faulty light bulb in an abandoned house, highlighting the thin line between harmony and havoc. Expect some crazy business. We are in eclipse season, okay? So there may be some havoc, there may be some stuff kind of going out of whack here. Relationships and alliances will be tested. Who's a true companion and who's the red herring luring you deeper into danger? Meanwhile, Mars stalks through Scorpio. Mars is moving through Scorpio at the moment, sharpening its knives. This energy is relentless, primal, and vengeful, like the slashers who refuses to say Barry. They keep coming up. So this could mean things from your past, things that you're trying to ignore, even people that you thought you were rid of. They may keep rising. They may keep coming back, like our buddy Michael Myers. Old secrets claw at the coffin lid, desperate to be unearthed. So expect confrontations with the kind of truths you'd rather keep locked in the basement. That's not necessarily a bad thing, though, if they are things. So there are a lot of things that we don't want to face and confront, right? So they may be secrets, they may be truths that we're trying to keep like locked in the crypt, so to speak. And it may be intimidating and scary for them to come to the surface, but it is important they come to the surface and we confront them and we fight them, okay? Be the final girl in your own problems. The moon's passage adds layers of suspense early in the week. Capricorn's influence, yes, feels like a rigid old house, creaky but still holding. We do have stability. We're holding on to something that is stable. It's getting a little old. We need to kind of get out of that stability still, right? Our comfort zone, face the things that we're scared of facing. But as the moon slides into Aquarius, the atmosphere grows uncanny, like watching friends turn into strangers, their eyes not quite their own. By the time it reaches Pisces, dreams become doorways. Pay attention to your dreams right now. There might be a lot of symbolism in there. I know at least I'm having a lot of symbolism. The veil thins. As we know, around October, the veil is thinning. If you believe in that, at least it is becoming a time. The earth, so to speak, our nature around us is dying, right? Although it's beautiful outside, the leaves are dying, all that kind of stuff. Death. We're in the cycle of dying. If you believe the seasons are a cycle, right? Fall, we're dying. Winter is kind of the season of death. Spring is the rebirth. Summer is life. And currently we're in fall. So we're dying. This is where spirits are the most active because of this, kind of through fall and winter. I'm going to repeat this. So by the time it reaches Pisces, dreams become doorways, the veil thins, and you may swear something cold just brushed past your bed. Sleep isn't escape, it's invitation. Be open to your dreams. Something I like to do when I am dreaming or I wake up from something that seems symbolic. Like currently at the moment, I'm having a lot of dreams about my Nana who passed away, so I'm trying to make a point of like writing what I notice from those dreams. If you believe in that, again, like symbolism from people who have passed on. I won't get into it because it's something personal, right? Because it's going to mean something different to the person who's dreaming, but I would recommend getting a journal, putting it on your bedside table next to you in bed. When you wake up, if something does seem important, write it down, or even if not. You'd be surprised the type of symbolism that pops up in your dreams when you think it's absolutely nothing. Absolutely great time to start practicing that. Over it all, Saturn in Pisces presses like a curse etched into the walls. This is the karmic contract you can't burn. The haunted VHS tape you can't stop playing. These things that you're trying to avoid, these things that you're trying to keep secret and kind of under wraps. You can ignore them, but unfortunately you can't avoid them. So eventually we do need to face them. There's a overarching message here, right? We got to bring those things to the surface. We need to stop being afraid of them. It demands accountability. Whew. Horror Twitter. Oh, hashtag horror Twitter. Choices made now echo like footsteps down a corridor, each one leading you closer to confrontation. Be careful. Be careful. How you act right now, who you are. Just think about the steps you're making. Think about the actions you're taking. Think about it, because everything leads to something, right? Think about the pathways it could lead you to. Together, these alignments don't just suggest a week of growth and balance. So though it is scary, right? Though it is scary to bring things that we've been trying to keep under wraps to the surface and confront things that we have been afraid of, that is what creates growth. Trying to ignore that stuff, trying to keep it under wraps, trying to bury it, trying to hide it from people, that's what keeps us stuck. So I know when I say this, there's a thing that you're thinking of, even there's a thing that I'm thinking of right now that I've been trying to keep underground, keep under wraps, not worry about for a really long time, that I know once I address it, once I deal with it, there's actually so much freedom that comes with that. So much freedom with opening up about the thing that you feel like you have to confine and you have to hide. So whatever that is that comes to mind, even if you're second guessing yourself right now, is that the thing? It probably is if it came to your mind. Confront it. I know it's scary, but it's spooky season, y'all. It's spooky season, y'all. It's time to be scared, okay? Pull up the thing that you're scared of and fucking deal with it, okay? That's your slasher who keeps coming back from the dead. Deal with it. And that's where growth comes from. Life is a balance. It can't all be perfect. We can put on a perfect front. We all fucking do it. We can put on a perfect front, focus on the positive things in our lives, but no matter what, there's always something. There's always something that could be better, or there's something that we're ruminating on. Confront it. They whisper of thresholds, of haunted spaces within and without. Whether you emerge as a survivor, monster, or the ghost that lingers will depend on how you handle the flickering light when it inevitably goes out. Okay, I'm going to get into individual horoscopes, so you can fast forward through stuff. They're super short, just like a little thing here, a little blip here. I'm going to go start with Aries and go through the order. So Aries, the chase scene this next week is your chase scene. Like in Halloween, you're sprinting down dark corridors chased by unfinished business. This could be a relationship. This could be something you started and you dropped. You'll know what it is when you hear this. There's something that feels unfinished to you. Mars energizes you, though. Check where Mars is in your chart. You might want to focus in that area. But beware reckless choices. You can't just run. You must face the masked figure. Be careful during this time. We are in eclipse season. Be so careful. Maybe watch out for making like big purchases and stuff like that. If someone from your past reaches out to you, be very wary about letting them back into your space. Masked figure, like I said, you never know. The killer is sometimes someone you don't suspect, right? But in this case, the killer this week is your own impatience. Again, remember to trust the process. Whatever you're feeling impatient about, just trust that it's going to come to you in the right time. Pause, strategize, and then strike back. Don't move too quickly. Think about it. Journal about it. Consider all your options. You don't want to move too quickly. Taurus, this week is your haunted house. So your week feels like the Amityville Horror. Foundations you thought were safe creak, bleed, and whisper. Be careful. There may be some things that you felt were safe that might not actually be as safe as you thought. This could be a job, this could be your home, this could be your relationships, this could be finances, this could be a lot of different things. Don't panic though, but your security is tested. The things that you find safety and security in, it's never good to always feel like too safe, too reliant on certain things. There is something that you're ignoring that demands your attention. Probably the first thing that comes to your mind is what you need to give attention to. So don't cover the bloodstains with wallpaper. Tear down the rot before it consumes you. this kind of goes with the whole overarching thing. If there's something that you're covering up and kind of continuing to cover up and ignore, do not. Because it will, like, the more we cover it up, the more it's coming back to bite you in the ass, essentially. Not that this is meant to fearmonger, but, like, just confront it. Okay? Gemini, that's me, that's my sun, the possession. This is our possession week, fellow Geminis. Your mind is like the exorcist. Ooh. Voices that aren't your own may crowd your thoughts. Watch out for overthinking. Watch out for nitpicking. This could be about your body, about the things that you're doing, like really spiraling mentally. This is a tough week for us mentally, Geminis. Trickster energy plays with your words. Careful with gossip. It might turn into a curse. Don't get too caught up in gossip. Don't get too caught up in talking about other people. Be careful with what you're saying right now, okay? Be careful with the drama you want to involve yourself in. Better to keep our peace. I know as air signs, we like to speak a lot and we like to engage in a lot of drama and talking about stuff sometimes. Do your best to rein it in. Focus your energy on what truly affects you, on what you truly believe in. If it is drama that involves something that you truly believe in and sticking up for something you truly believe in, just make sure your heart is in it, okay? But your cleverness is your holy water. We are smart little babies here, so we will be smart about our choices. Banish the intrusions with clarity. So again, cycling back to the overthinking, try and be aware of what is just overthinking, negative thoughts, and use positive words and positive affirmations to combat those. All right? Cancer, the ghost story. This week is your ghost story. Think the others. Ooh. Your home, your family, your memories, are they yours or are you haunting yourself? Your memories, or do your memories keep coming back? Are you ruminating on things from your past constantly? This week, ghosts of the past rattle chains at your doors. Oh, worrying about the past is such a thief of joy in the moments. Think, what are the cycles that you're continuing? Are there things that you continuously feel guilty about? Are there certain situations or people that you're continuously thinking about that aren't even in your life anymore that you need to start working through or going through the process of letting go of? This is touchy though, because this could also be people that you need to reach out to again and you need to reconnect with. You use discernment here. Don't hide under blankets. Sit with them. Again, this all ties to the overarching astrological climate that is this week. Don't hide from things. If certain thoughts and memories are coming up, you still need to listen to them. You still need to sit with them. But the ones that are harmful to you, the people that are harmful to you, you need to release them before they release you. Before they come back, before it becomes more negative, release it, okay? Love you. Leo, this week, your theme is the killer behind the mask, your charisma, you guys. Oh, your confidence, your charisma, beautiful, makes you the star, but like in Scream, my favorite, masks do slip. No matter how confident, ooh, my tattoos look so cute here. Okay, besides the point. Feeling that Leo energy, that confidence. Masks do slip. No matter the confidence you feel, the mask you put on, the facade you put on, you may discover not all admirers clap with clean hands. You may have people in your life who are cheering you on, but they're envious of you, they're jealous of you, they might not truly mean it. Be careful who you trust. There are people in your life who may be trying to applaud you, get closer to you, make it seem like they're super supportive of you, but really they're trying to get that information that they need to perhaps bring you down. So be careful who you trust. Pride could blind you to betrayal. Yeah, I wrote that previously. Yeah, be careful. Someone might try and warn you of something or someone, and because of your pride, you may be very defensive of that. Just be open. Be open to what people might be telling you. Yeah, once you unmask the imposters, your roar can end the horror show. Yes. If you are open to seeing what may truly be happening, or open to hearing what people have to say to you, concerns they might have, you might get to the root cause or the killer per se who is coming after you. So just be open. Okay? My confident kings and queens and monarchs. Virgo, body horror. Ooh, my Virgos. You are in The Fly moment. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't like that movie. It grosses me out. But obsession with perfection, you guys. This can mutate into monstrosity. Nobody is perfect. I know that's such like a cliche thing to say. Nobody is perfect. So overanalyzing or nitpicking at this time may warp you. Try not to be too hard on yourself. Try not to nitpick yourselves too much, or even others, because it can affect your outside relationships as well. Saturn is big for you. The movements of Saturn. Saturn whispers to you, so embrace imperfection or watch it grow claws. You need to be okay with the fact that not everything in your life is going to be perfect, whether that be the people, the way you look, your job, your home, your relationships, your finances. It's a very, very rare case where everything in your life is perfect, okay? Even if you're a fucking millionaire, like, your relationships can still be crumbling. Nothing is perfect, and I know you guys like to strive for perfection and for things to be orderly, clean, stuff like that. Embrace imperfection. It's fall, you know? Things are imperfect, and there is beauty in imperfection. So try not to be too hard on yourselves, because that might be your downfall, and try not to be too hard on others as well, because that might be a downfall in your connections right now. Yeah, there's liberation this week. Liberation lies in letting the experiment fail. If something fails this week, if something goes wrong this week, if something doesn't go the way that you thought it would this week, it is a blessing in disguise. Let it happen. And over time, it will unfold, and you will see why it was meant to happen that way. Just trust the process. Love my Virgos. Trust the process. Libra, the final girl. This is your final girl week. My moon and rising is in Libra. Interesting week for us. The sun in your sign crowns you the final girl of your story. It's giving Laurie Strode vibes, babe. You're poised between beauty and bloodshed, balance and chaos. You're actually handling things quite well for the most part. Check where in your chart you have Libra, though. Is it sun, moon, or rising? Where are you balanced here? Relationships may test you, though. So some allies are red herrings, others true survivors. Trust your scream, not just your smile. Trust your dark side, not just your light side. Trust your beauty. Trust your imperfections. This is just a big time to trust yourself. If there are personal questions that you're asking yourself, or life events, or just things that you're concerned about, trust yourself. Trust what's in here, okay? Not necessarily up here, although you all are smart. Trust what you're feeling here. Yeah, you guys are doing a pretty good job at balancing most things. You just may be dealing with some tests in different relationships. Relationships with your friends, family, romantic. Just trust, like, just as an example, maybe you feel like you're being too nitpicky or something in your relationship, you're asking for too much. You're not. Trust your dark side and your light side. All right? Scorpio, this week you are the slasher villain. With Mars in your lair. Oh, you're being super affected by Mars for sure. You are Jason, rising from the lake. You're feeling unstoppable, unflinching, primal even. But just beware. So though you're feeling kind of this power, Scorpios, this is such a fucking season for you. Fall is so your season. Just beware. Power without restraint makes you the monster in someone else's movie. Use your power for good. Use your power in areas of your life where it is going to serve you. Don't use your power to be mean to others, overbearing of others, to ignore others, okay? Use discernment when it comes to this power that you're feeling, okay? I know this is your time, but just be careful. Use the blade for transformation, not destruction. Yes, when we get this feeling of like superpower, when like a time of year is really impactful for specific signs, just make sure that you're using it to do the right things, to transform the areas of your life that you want to improve. Not to, like, if you think there are people in the way, people trying to tear you down, do not focus on them. That will backfire. If you focus on the things that you can do to do better and succeed, then the rest is gonna fucking fall away, okay? So you can cut cords with people, cut cords with thoughts, things you don't resonate with anymore, but no cutting throats, okay? Focus on you. Even if you're pissed off at other people and situations, focus on you and the rest is gonna fall away. Point blank. Sagittarius, the Forbidden Road, like in the Blair Witch Project. Ooh, banger. You wander into cursed woods, thinking adventure will save you, but beware false trails. Whew, we want newness. Yeah, not every open road leads to freedom. Be careful. Now, this may not be your situation, but I'm going to use it as an example, like the grass is greener type of situation. If you're in a relationship and someone else pops up and it's like, oh, that seems interesting to me, like the grass is greener on the other side, I'm going to dive into that. Be careful. It may not be. That might crash and burn. Beware false trails. Yeah, not every open road leads to freedom. Some spiral into endless night. Let your instincts mark the safe path home. Sometimes our brain convinces us of stuff that we want, but we can feel in here, we can feel in our gut. Trust that feeling in your stomach, you guys. No matter how much you're trying to convince yourself of something in your head, if it doesn't feel right here or here, fucking, you know, like Simon Cowell and the America's Got Talent, the fucking red buzzer, like, fuck this, okay? You may be smart as hell. I'm not trying to say you're not smart or anything, but like, if your heart and your stomach is saying something different, trust your instincts. 9.9 times out of 10, like, they're leading you in the right direction. So listen to that. Yeah, the grass is not always greener on the other side. Whatever you're thinking, again, job, partner, whatever it is, just be careful. Think about it. Weigh your options. Even write a pros and cons list. Just think about it before you make a leap, because not everything is as green as it seems on the other side. Capricorn, cursed family estate is your vibe for this week. You're in Hereditary. I'm not gonna lie, that is not my favorite movie, but it has amazing imagery and symbolism and messages. So ancestral shadows knocking at your door, demanding rituals you didn't sign up for. Ooh, you may feel pressure to uphold legacy or structure. Yes, okay, let me sit with this for a sec. Capricorn, this is an interesting season for you. Remember, you can break the chain, and don't light the wrong candle just to keep tradition alive. If something you have been doing for a long time, or something your family or your friends have been wanting you to uphold for a long time. If this is a way of being or a mask or a front that you are putting on that you have felt like you need to uphold for a long time, but you feel like you need to go in a different direction, you feel like you need to be a different person, you feel like you need something different, you are not actually chained to what you feel like you need to do to make other people happy, to uphold tradition. You do not need to do that. Just as an example, your family throws a Halloween party every year and you feel like you need to go every year, but there's a different event that is calling to you that you are more excited about. Go to that. Follow your excitement, follow your passion. You are not stuck. You do not have to stay stuck with anything that is not resonating with you anymore. There's some kind of long-standing relationship, tradition, or something going on here that is just not serving you anymore. Let that bitch go. Let it go. You have permission. Let it go. You're not stuck with anything. Aquarius. This week is your alien horror. Love it. Like The Thing. Ooh, iconic. The Thing. You sense something isn't human in the room. Bang. Collective energy feels uncanny. Yes. Friends or colleagues may wear disguises. Yes. Trust your gut when something feels off. Yes, something doesn't feel right to you. There's something going on right now that doesn't feel right. It feels off. Someone is, maybe someone's putting on some kind of front. Someone's talking to you a certain way and you're like, oh, that doesn't feel right. Not everyone is the front that they put on. Again, a theme that keeps coming up. Trust your gut when something feels off. If someone is telling you something, if a friend or someone is telling you something, and you just don't feel right about it, gosh, you guys, we gotta learn to trust ourselves. Innovation is your flamethrower. Use it to expose the imposter. Innovation is your flamethrower. Yeah, if there's something, you guys may be feeling a sense of creation right now. Yeah, you guys may have some creative ideas, something that you want to do that people who are posing as, oh, thank you. Yeah, as people who are posing as your supporters. Thank you. Those who are posing as your supporters or people in your life who are encouraging you to do certain things, you're telling them this thing that you want to do and they're like, no, I don't know about that. Or they're giving their unnecessary opinions and making you second guess yourself. Those people might not actually have your best interest at heart. I'm feeling like the vibe I'm getting is there may be jealousy here, or they don't actually want to see you succeed. They might not even know they're letting jealousy get in the way. It might not even be intentional. But if there's something you really want to do and you reach out to someone and that person gives you negative feedback and then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I don't know. You should trust your original instinct, I think. There's someone around you, and again, I'm not even getting fully the vibe that they actually want you to fail. They just may be struggling with their own things. And trying to deter you from doing things that maybe they wish they could do, or maybe entail things that they are envious of, that they wish they could be or do. They may try to deter you from doing something you want to do, so don't let them. Okay? Again, it may not even be intentional. I'm getting the vibe it might not even be intentional, although there are, always people who intentionally try and bring us down at times. Just trust your gut. Again, theme throughout all of this. Trust your gut. Have your radar on for people who are perhaps not as genuine as they seem. Pisces, the dream demon. We've got Nightmare on Elm Street vibes. I wish I had one of those Freddy claws. Yeah, you are in Nightmare on Elm Street this week, which might seem ominous. So the veil between dream and waking phrase. Sleep may bring warnings or traps. So I said this towards the beginning. Pisces, your dreams are very powerful right now. You need to be paying attention to your dreams big time. Saturn presses into your subconscious. Are you in control, or is something feeding on your fears? Anchor with ritual. Don't fall asleep unprotected. Yeah. Your dreams may be bringing up stuff for you that you've been trying to forget or trying not to think of. You may even be dreaming about people from your past that you're trying not to engage with or remember too much. Remember, no matter what, that you actually are in control. But if you do let something feed on your fears, if you do let something from your past like feed on your insecurities or your fears, you do start to lose control. But you have to remember, at the end of the day, dreams are dreams. That is your subconscious. That is your mind. You are in control here, no matter what. So you may want to spend this week, really anchoring in ritual. That could be positive self-talk, affirmations, meditating, breath work, just really trying to control your feelings. If a thought comes up for you, if a dream comes up for you that is questionable or brings up negative feelings for you, sit with it, journal about it, think about it, and gain control over it by doing so. Don't fall asleep unprotected. Don't let things in your subconscious wreck what is actually in reality in front of you. You have the control at the end of the day, even if it feels like you're not in control. That is everything for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this horror influenced horoscope for you all. I really enjoyed doing this first one, so thank you for sitting here with me. If you have questions or concerns, or even let me know your experiences or how you may have related or even not related to any of this, I'm so open to feedback, so open to hearing from you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. And it's fall. It is eclipse season. It is an interesting season. I wish you all the best. Overarching message: confront your fears, confront your secrets, bring it to the surface. It's not as bad as you think. You will get past this. Stay strong in your heart and your gut, and we're going to make it through this fall season like the final guys and girls and gays and theys that we all are. I believe in you all. Bye.